Well, the latest winner on PGA Tour Americas is Maxwell Moldovan, who won the Brazil Open a couple weeks back, and he now joins us here on Golf Talk Canada. Maxwell, welcome to the show.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. We're great, thank you. And not as great as you because you are a winner on PGA Tour Americas. Your first career professional victory. I know it's been a couple weeks or 10 days or so since the victory. As you reflect and look back on the week that was, what are some of your emotions now?
Just a lot of gratitude. God is good. It's been the start to my pro career was not what I hoped or expected it to be. Last year, up in Canada, playing 9 events, I missed 8 cuts, and just kind of got off to a slow start. Was putting a lot of pressure on myself and struggled with my game physically, and then it led to some mental struggles as well. And just worked really hard over the off season, and thankful that PGA Tour U gave me status this spring on the Americas Tour down for the Latin swing, and I just wanted to make the most of it, and try to play each round with a lot of focus and confidence, and ended up actually missing the first cut down in Cordoba, and then that gave me a little bit extra time to adapt to the golf course in Rio, and I liked it a lot, and thankfully I just had a really good week, and it set me up for a great year, so I'm super happy.
Maxwell, as you look back now as a winner, you mentioned some things just there where putting too much pressure on yourself, expecting maybe a little bit too much. Now that you've won, how easy is it to reflect back and make those adjustments going forward, if that all makes sense? Now that you know what you didn't know before, how easy is it to move forward with your game?
I'm still kind of figuring that out, but it's definitely, I think just to myself, I'm not going to let myself put all that pressure on myself again because I know it doesn't work. I know it doesn't produce good golf. And I've kind of learned over the last few months what does. And that's kind of really just, as cliche as it sounds, just really focusing on one shot at a time, one hole, one round at a time, and not worrying so much about what a good round or a good week could do for my career, but more just trying to hit the shot that's in front of me. That's been something that's worked really well for me. So I think just continuing to apply that will be important.
In conversation here with Maxwell Moldovan, the latest winner on PGA Tour Americas at the Brazil Open, and we got to talk about the winning putt. Take us through that winning eagle putt to get the job done.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. I didn't know exactly where scores stood. There was a group behind us, so I figured someone in the group behind us was going to be, close, in position to maybe birdie the last hole and win or tie us. So I was playing with George Markham, and he had an awesome chip in on that par 5 and had basically a tap-in eagle putt. So a tap-in birdie putt. So I kind of knew that eagle putt needed to get down there somewhere cozy where I could just tap it in and worst case have a playoff. So I had left a couple of lag putts short that day, so I, from 50 feet, wanted to make sure that I got it there. And as it was rolling, it halfway there, it looked really, really good, but I was worried it might come up just short. Thankfully, it got all the way there, and I keep saying I hit the putt, but God let it go in because that thing lipped all the way around the hole and somehow went in. But that's a feeling and experience I'll never forget. That's for sure.
So what's next now that you've obviously got the win? You want to go for more, I'm sure, and try and build your way up and get onto the Corn Ferry Tour. But how do you take this win and use it to progress your career forward?
Absolutely. I think it just gives me a lot of confidence. Like I said, I just kind of struggled to start my pro career, and that win on top of qualifying for Corn Ferry event and making the cut last week just really has given me a lot of belief in what my God-given abilities and talents are able to do at the professional level. Seeing myself succeed, knowing that if I play well, I can win golf tournaments out here or on any tour. So just trying to build off that, and my game feels great right now, so just making sure I stay out of my own way, kind of like I said, just try to keep hitting the best shot that I can and add them all up at the end. But yeah, I'm super excited for the rest of the year. I mean, I enjoyed Canada, even though I didn't play well last year. I enjoyed being up in Canada a lot. Really cool places and fun golf courses. So I'm looking forward to being back up there this summer. And if somehow I can have a couple more really good weeks and get a 3-win promotion, that would be amazing. But yeah, just trying to play the best golf that I can and just see what happens.
With Maxwell Moldovan, the latest winner on PGA Tour Americas. So you make this bomb for Eagle to win. You have the trophy celebration. You do some media, and then you get to look at your phone for the first time. What was some of the reaction you got from close friends, family, when you opened your phone and saw texts and phone calls?
Yeah, a lot of people just telling me how proud of me that they were, how excited everybody was. I had a ton of people kind of throughout the week as I was in contention. A lot of people continued to text me that they were praying for peace and just praying for good things to happen. And yeah, it was cool to see a lot of cool things happen. And I had a ton of peace in those final 2 rounds, which is just prayers answered and a ton of support from people at home, people that through the last year of really struggling with my game have continued to be there for me and support me and push me toward my dreams. And then to kind of have that awesome week and then see how happy everyone was, it was really cool.
How did you celebrate, Maxwell? Was there I mean, you're in Brazil. I'm sure it's not exactly where you haven't been there, I'm sure, a lot of times, but what did you do to celebrate the win?
Well, we finished up at about 4 or 5 p.m. on Sunday, and then my wife and I had a 12:30 midnight flight back to the U.S., so we didn't have much time to celebrate, but we just hung out at the course for a bit and then went to dinner with a friend of ours and flew back home, and then just kind of took a couple days of rest, which was nice to kind of, after a few weeks on the road, it's always nice to have a day of rest, especially after a really good week to try to soak it in. But yeah, pro golf, you can only enjoy it for so long because there's always the next week coming up. So try to shift my focus onto playing good golf moving forward.
Let me ask you, and you don't have to answer this question, it's a bit personal, but when you get a check for winning a tournament like this in a situation where you are, how important is that money to keeping your career on track?
It's huge. Like I said, to this point in my pro career, I just haven't really made a lot of money playing. So I think, as time goes by and you don't cash very big checks, it kind of adds up, and you kind of look at how expensive everything is. And but yeah, I've learned quickly that you can't really think about money while you're playing because that's just not a recipe for success. Worrying about, if I make birdie here, it's going to be an extra $1,000 or anything like that. Thinking like that has not got me very far. So, but yeah, I mean, it's super nice to have just some financial security now for the rest of the year. And travel's expensive playing pro golf, and just very grateful that that's something that we don't have to worry as much about the rest of this year.
It's a life-changing victory for you, Maxwell. I have 2 quick ones before we let you go. We spent a lot of our lead up into the Masters talking about the drive, chip, and putt. And it's a great tradition that the Masters has. And I understand that you got to take part in that, 10 years ago now? What was that experience like for you?
Oh, it was awesome. I qualified to go to the finals at Augusta when I was 13 in 2015. It was just such a cool experience for my parents and I, going to a place I'd never been to Augusta or to the Masters before that. So getting to go down there, experience just kind of what the place was like. I mean, it truly is a special place, and you have a special feeling when you walk on the grounds there. And then to be able to hit a couple of putts on the 18th green and hit some drivers off the range during the drive, chip, and putt competition. It was super cool. And it's easy to take that for granted because it was only a couple of days being down there. But looking back, it was some of the most fun I've had in junior golf for sure.
It's a really special property, and so happy that you got to experience that 10 years ago. Now, final one before we let you go. We have a tradition on our show here on Golf Talk Canada, in that we speak to the winners on PGA Tour Americas after they get the job done. So, what do you say, Maxwell? You get another win or two, and you come join us on the show again this season?
Absolutely. That sounds good to me.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, congratulations on the victory. Play well this week, and as the PGA Tour Americas eventually comes here to Canada too. Thanks again for your time today, and all the best you're going forward.
All right. Thank you guys for having me. God bless.